Hi, everyone. All right, so I quickly reset my router and just went live. I'll have to delete the other one later. I'll have to change the thumbnail and do all that. Yay, Casey made it. Hello. If you don't know Casey, I tried to go live just a minute ago, but I was breaking up for everybody. So I reset my router and just quickly went on. Glad you could come. Rebecca made it back too. Hello. Glad everybody's finding me. So I will reread it just so that this video can stand alone when I'll eventually delete the other one. Plus, if I was breaking up, you guys might not have heard. Much better? Good. I have to just reset my router every once in a while. And the thing is, I noticed my internet being slow the past couple days, and I actually was thinking this morning, I should reset it before I go live, and then I forgot. So anyways. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't miss anything. I was breaking up really bad and everything. And I'm going to read what I was reading over there anyway. So, okay, here we go. Oh, and I'm at the bottom of the email because that's where I left off. Okay. All right, we're talking about groups. I know we've already talked a little about this, but tell me again, did you try groups? Are you going to do groups? We're excited to announce that we're updating our policy to allow groups to include learners ages 8+. I do know that they used to do 10+. To make sure the group experience remains fun for all age ranges will now be limited to 5 years. Get all the deets. So I know I've heard bad things from parents and students. I just think it was a new thing and Outschool is still trying to get it off the ground and running. I have seen them advertising for groups. I've seen YouTube videos, so I know that they are trying. Changes to class recording policy. We've updated this policy to clarify that it's up to each individual educator to decide whether or not to share the class. Let me know if you share your classes. I always do, because I figure parents are going to want to see them, just like I want to see them when my son was taking classes. And a lot of people's argument against sharing them is that people can look at your kids at any time. Look, there are evil people out there. The majority of people in this world are good people who literally just want to see their own kid in class. Okay, send support, not spam. Trying to promote your classes to your current parents and learners with direct messages on Outschool. Read this first. I will go and read that. All right, that is it. I'll see what you guys are saying, and I'll read the more information. Casey hasn't tried groups. Sounds like it's better if you waited. Just relaxing at home. Today is day 7 after my positive COVID test. Oh man, sorry, Rebecca. How are your symptoms? I've not tried groups. Much better. Good. Yeah, I share them. Okay, let me read the other 2 more information things. Okay, let's talk about the class recording first, what Outschool has to say about that. Okay, so due to security issues, educators cannot share out an individual link with a specific requesting family if a family requests a link and the educator decides to provide it. The educator must post the link to the classroom. That means every enrolled family can view. Okay, so in other words, you can't give it to them privately. You just have to give it to the whole class. Educators must never share class recordings with anyone other than the enrolled learners. Okay, and that's always been their policy. That's not anything new. Educators must never download footage of class. That's also always been a policy. Nothing new. Educators should be mindful of sharing out class videos to the classroom if the educator is concerned about unverified learners. Okay, I actually had a parent speak in one of my classes. I'll go into that in a few minutes. So let's see. It was a fast cold, but that's all that's lingering. That's good. Is the recording of the class automatically available, or do we have to do something to make it available? Yes, it's automatically available, and you have to do something to make it not available. I've been telling students to watch the video to practice ESL. Yes, and I think it's pretty safe. If it's a one-on-one class, then it's super safe. It's just you and the student. Hey, Jason. Okay, so the other one, messaging families on, okay. Messaging about marketing your classes. All right. So keep it on Outschool. This may already be ingrained knowledge to our veteran educators, but it's always worth repeating. All communications with families must be done through the Outschool platform. This aligns. Okay, and someone actually started this conversation in the free and discounted group. And it gets tricky because you're on Facebook and you start talking about the class on maybe through Facebook Messenger. But it's my personality anyway. Like I like keeping work, and personal. So even if Outschool didn't have this policy, I probably would still do this. But I try to move it over to Outschool once they're signed up for the class. Even if you have to say like, hey, I'm going to answer your question, privately on Outschool. It gets tricky, but yeah, you got to try. Use mass messaging sparingly. So generic template messages used in the classroom. So basically don't spam the families with your classes. I only do it once in a while. But if you're always messaging about your classes, that I could see how that could get annoying. Those of you like Rebecca who have kids on the platform, would you be annoyed if teachers were doing that all the time? Encourage following your profile. Okay, if they have taken a class with you, they're automatically following your profile. But this might be something good to tell people who are not in any of your classes yet. So that will help keep it on Outschool. Send a personalized message. Direct parent communication can be incredibly powerful. Reflections on the learner's performance in their current class, acknowledgement of the learner's expressed goals or interests, customize recommendations of future classes. So actually, Paige in the Outschool Teacher Village put something about this on, was it today or last night or something, about how she directs messages parents, but tries to make it personal. So then it's not a mass, here's this class. It's like, oh, your son has this personality. I think this class would be good for him, or he finished this class. I think, doing a mass message once in a while is okay. Like once in a blue moon, if I have a class I want to fill up before I go to the discount groups, I might put something on the, classroom page, but I don't do it very often. Okay. So they give you an example, and I won't read this because it's long, but you guys can, go and read this. Yes. So, basically try to make it personalized. So let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, let's see. We did that. We did that one. Okay. I send a funnel note after my one-time class. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think they're just trying to avoid people who do it like all the time. If you're always doing it. I think mass messaging is fine every few months. Okay, yeah. I don't even know how often I do it, but I just assume as long as you're not, even once a week might be annoying. Or if you're doing it several times a week, then I'm sure you're annoying them. I agree. Mass messages once in a blue moon. Yes. I usually do it like Rebecca said for my one-time classes, especially when I used to do the American Girl class. I haven't done that one in a while. But a lot of times I get students who that was their first time with a class with me or first time on Outschool, and I wanted to get them to other classes. I do it there, and very once in a blue moon. It's usually under some special circumstance, I will say something in my ongoing classroom pages. Yeah, not all the time. So yeah. So let me know, how are your classes going? My schedule's always changing. So Tuesday used to be like one of my busiest days, and now it's going to not very busy at all, which is good because I have other days of the week now that are busy. I need a catch-up day. So I only have like 2 classes today, and normally it'll only be 1. I have a brand new ESL client, which I met through Outschool, but she's an adult. So yeah, so she messaged me on Outschool and asked if I do classes for adults. Well, me not wanting to get in trouble with Outschool because I like my job there, I messaged support and just said, look, someone's asking for adult classes. It's not something you provide. So I'd like to give her my email. And they basically told me, like, you can't give her your email, but if she finds you naturally, that's another thing. So I told her what to Google to find me, and she did. And yeah, I start today. We're going to normally do Fridays, just for this week. She wanted to do Tuesday. And then I have my group civics class. And normally civics will be the only thing I have. My Diary of a Wimpy Kid kind of fizzled out. I got down to like 1 student and asked them to transfer. I may try just so I have 3. I hear you go up in the algorithm if you have at least 3 listings on your Outschool classes. And I got this advice from a veteran. Like, even if you schedule way out, like maybe in 2 months, I'll schedule another Diary of a Wimpy Kid to start so that I've got 3, you know? But yeah. So does it recommend classroom message or parent message? Well, the example they were giving was to privately message the parent and make it really specific. But, you know, I think if you did it, that was their example. Awesome about your adult ESL student. Yes. And I advertised myself, if you did see my video, as helping you with pronunciation and trying to sound like a native speaker. So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting people who are like, hey, I work in the US. I can read and write fine, but I want to work on my pronunciation. So, hey, you know how the Chinese parents are. They wanted us to be sticklers for pronunciation and correction. So I was trained through, you know, the Chinese parents of being a stickler for that. So I've carried it over and I advertised myself as that. So people who want that are coming to me. I have 8 ESL Outschool classes tomorrow. Awesome. I'm to the point where I'm at capacity as far as all my jobs go. So I'm going to start closing even my open ESL ones. I have 3 in the morning tomorrow and 1 in the afternoon for ESL. And ESL is, you know, kind of extra for me. So, but yeah, ESL is going well. And, you know, it's fun on Outschool because you get students from all over the world and even some students in America who want to work on their pronunciation. And I started advertising my book classes to say ESL students welcome. And now I'm getting ESL students. I just got a new sign up for my Diary of a Wimpy Kid class. And the mom messaged me like, he's learning English, you know, told me what country they were from. So, you know, hey, even if I'm not actually teaching him ESL, the fact that I have an ESL background, I knew those strategies if, you know, he's in the class and he doesn't understand or something like that, you know? So yeah. So let's see. I also have, I'm not sure if I should talk about this publicly. If you want to know more about it, ask me privately. But I literally have a parent like harassing me through Facebook and screenshotting all of our conversations. So if anything's ever turned around on me, I could say I was very nice, polite, and gracious through the whole conversation, or never said anything inappropriate that a teacher should say. So yeah, that's as much as I'm going to say about that, because if you want to ask me about it in private, you can. So anyways, how are your Outschool bookings? How are your classes? Definitely I saw a rise, you know, in January. I have a lot of students going back to school, and I'm trying to be nice. It's hard. Like, The nicest people in the world can only be nice for so long. You can push them past that point. Yeah. So it is. Yeah. Thanks. So anyway, yeah. I have found ways to, well, I won't say any more thing else about that, but yeah, let me know how I have my first class in 30 minutes. So I'm having more independent students now. Let me know how you guys keep track of independent students, because I've have my independent tutoring student, which I've had since the beginning of the school year. I now have an old VIP kid student I'm doing independently. I'm starting with this lady. So I don't know. I need some kind of tracking system or something. The advantages, I guess, are, with Outschool, they take care of the payments and the schedule. Bookings are up. Yeah. It's kind of like they're up and down. It's like I got a bunch of students, some went back to school, but then I'm still having new signups. So I guess I would say they're staying even, because I'm having some leave, some come, but that's to be expected with an ongoing class. So yeah. Well, all right, I'm going to get going so that I can get in 30 minutes. I start my 2 classes that I have today back to back, and want to go just have a little bit of time before I start. But thank you for everyone who came here, and I will be here next week with the Outschool updates, and once a month, VIP Kid will have an update, and we'll talk about that as well. All right. Well, bye, everyone. See you later. Zaijian, Casey.